Hi, and welcome to Cheekyricho's fresh crab cakes. These delicate little fried morsels are using fresh cooked crab meat. It's been delicately seasoned, rolled in panko breadcrumbs and lightly fried. The ingredients will be in the recipe box below. Now let's get started. To a mixing bowl we are going to add our egg yolk and whole egg, our sweet chili sauce, our sesame oil, salt, veggie salt, and freshly cracked pepper. In with the glutinous rice flour that will help to amalgamate these ingredients and keep the crab cakes from breaking up whilst they're being cooked. We just mix that all around. We need this to be well and thoroughly combined because we are just going to fold it through the crab meat. We do not want the crab meat to lose its texture, otherwise you won't know what it is that you're eating. That's fine. In with our finely sliced spring onions, don't go overboard with your flavourings here. You really do want the crab to be the star of the show. And now in with our crab meat. And you just want to fold this gently through so that it's coated with the mixture. That's it. You can still see the pieces of crab meat are really quite defined there. We are going to be using Japanese Panko breadcrumbs for this recipe. They're quite crunchy, they've got a larger crumb and they're a little sweet. They actually work very, very well with this crab cake recipe. So what we're going to do is sprinkle a few of the crumbs onto our plate so that our crab cakes don't stick to the plate. Then we're just going to get dessert spoonfuls of the crab mixture and drop them onto the breadcrumbs. Pat them on well. And there you have it, our first crab cake. And continue with the rest of the mixture. Pat them on well. Don't let them touch each other on this plate because they may stick to each other and you'll compromise the crumb coating. Just press them on well. It's really quite a loose mix. I know this crab is very fresh because we caught it. If you'd like to see the recipe and the demonstration on the preparation of the crab, getting it ready for this recipe, you can check it out on the YouTube channel in another video. These crab cakes are very delicate. They're sweet, moist, and taste exactly of crab as they should. And you know exactly what's gone into them. And there you have our completed little crab cakes, covered in their panko crumbs, and they are waiting to be fried. I'm going to put them into the fridge just to firm up for about 10 minutes or so. Okay, it's time to cook our little crab cakes now. To test if your oil is hot enough, just put your wooden spoon, the tip of your wooden spoon or your little spatula in this case, into the oil. If it bubbles around the bottom of it, you know the oil is hot enough. We're just going to lower our little crab cakes into the oil. Don't overcrowd the pan because it's going to be difficult to turn them otherwise. And we're just going to cook them on a gentle heat until they're nice and golden. Right, when they start to look like that, just turn them over. You don't want to overcook these. And be very careful with them because they're really quite delicate still. Just turn them over. Just keep your eye on them at this stage. You don't want them to catch or to overcook. Just lean them around the edge of the pan so that they can cook on the edges a bit and they've got something to lean on. Don't forget the crab meat is already cooked. You're really just heating the ingredients that you've added to it. This is one time when you want to take your time, don't rush. Don't be too rough with them. Okay, this batch of crab cakes is cooked. I'm going to remove them. Okay, this batch of crab cakes is cooked. I'm going to remove them and drain them on some absorbent paper to soak up any excess oil. What I like to do at this point in time is to get a piece of paper towel and wipe out the pan. The crumb residual oil is going to be, whilst it's golden brown now, by the time it cooks the next batch of crumbed crab cakes, they're going to burn. So just very carefully, some paper towel, don't burn yourself, this oil is obviously very, very hot. And discard these crumbs before putting in more oil and cooking the remaining batches. Okay, we've wiped out the excess crumbs, added some oil, ready for our next batch. That little hint with the paper towel, if you're using a gas hot plate, be very, very careful because the oil-soaked paper would be really quite flammable and you don't want to have a kitchen fire. Just be a bit careful of it, don't let it out of the pan. In with the rest of our little crab cakes. Just keep your eye on these. If you give them a little jiggle, there's less likelihood of them sticking and burning. There you have it. Large pieces of crab meat, delicate spring onions, and a moist filling. Absolutely delicious. Give it a test. Very hot. But very nice. There you have it. Moist, fragrant, fresh crab cakes with a chili plum sauce. I hope you enjoyed this little video demonstration on cooking these crab cakes. If you'd like to see more recipes, ideas or reviews, please check out my Cheekyricho channel. Don't forget to leave me a comment, a recipe suggestion and a subscribe. And thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.